Welcome back to the Birdhouse Dynasty show and tonight's Thursday night recap of the Bengals Ravens matchup. And we are right in the midst of the final 2 minutes of the game. This is a wild one. Over under was 52.5, and we have surpassed that easily. They're up to a 35-28 ball game. That's 63 points, and the Bengals are driving. Ooh, the anticipation here. Jamar Chase just lighting it up tonight. 9 catches for 238 yards so far. We'll see if he's able to grab any more balls tonight. Lamar Jackson, 4 touchdown passes on 290 yards at 34 yards rushing so far. Derrick Henry, 68 yards and a touchdown. Tyron Wallace, of all people, did have that big 84-yard touchdown, tiptoeing down the sideline for it. Looked like the rest of the Bengals just took the night off on that one. Over to the Bengals. Oh, there's Jamar Chase, and he dropped it, but it looks like he might get a defensive holding call on this one. The Bengals will keep their drive alive. Chase Brown, 13 rushes for 42 yards and a touchdown, adds 8 catches for 50 yards. On 10 targets through the air. Tanner Hudson, 6 for 42. So everybody looking for Mike Gesicki to light it up again. Not so much. He's just got 4 for 30. And so, yes, the Ravens got called for a face mask. So Bengals will keep their drive alive. Other Bengals receivers filling in for T. Higgins, who is out again with injury. Yoshivas had 2 for 29. One of those grabs, the big 10-yard completion that just happened a couple plays ago for the first down on 4th down. There's Burrow to Chase for another 20-some yards. But we've got a flag. Roughing the passer. We're going to tack on 15 yards. The Bengals going to score too fast here. Do the Bengals go for 2? Like my Buccaneers didn't do. I think the Bengals will go for 2 if they get it. They score with under 30 seconds left. I think they'll go for 2. I mean, this is just Burrow's over 400 yards here. They are down to the 13-yard line here. 13 or 12 or 13-yard line here. 59 seconds to go yet. And Burrow throws it away. Going to Jermaine Burton for the game-tying touchdown. It's now 2nd down. Jermaine Burton getting some action tonight. Only 1 grab for 11 yards on 5 targets. He's had his opportunities in T. Higgins' absence, but hasn't cashed in on them. All right, we're on 2nd and 10 here. Bengals down 7 at the 12-yard line. Doesn't get any better than this, especially on a Thursday night game, man. You get some snoozers usually on Thursday night. There's Jamar Chase with his 11th grab of the night. Up over 260 yards now. Oh, boy. I haven't really looked. I sure hope I'm not playing against him in too many leagues. I know I have him in a few, at least 3. Flag on the play, though. We're down to 50 seconds here. Let's see what the flag is. offsides on the defense. The Ravens are just helping the Bengals out here. So add 5 yards. It'll go back to, well, it'll either be 2nd and 5 or third and 3. I think the Bengals would go to, it'd be better. And yeah, they took the penalty. So 2nd and 5, 50 seconds to go. They're at the 7-yard line. Dumps it off to Chase Brown. Can't get anything. He does get out of bounds. Lost or gained 2 yards on the play. They're down to the 7-yard line. Chase Brown picking up his 9th catch of the night. Wow. 2nd most targeted player in T. Higgins' absence. 2nd most targeted player for the Bengals. He's up to 9 grabs on 11 targets for 52 yards. So the Chase Brown hype train is real. Yes, folks, it is real. Into the corner. Chase with his 3rd touchdown. Oh, man. And Burrow is staying out on the field. They're going for 2. No hesitation by Burrow. No hesitation by Zach Taylor. I love it. Bengals drop into the gun. 4 wide. Chase Brown in the backfield. Tight end drops into the backfield, so they got double. Oh. And the Bengals call timeout. Okay. Lamar Jackson just sitting on the sideline knowing there's nothing he can do about it. Just a beautiful toss to the corner of the end zone by Burrow here from the pocket. Hits Chase up top. He high points it. Oh, what a beautiful touchdown. 3rd touchdown on the night for Chase. He's up to 11 for 264 and 3 touchdowns. Here we go. Bengals stay out there. Their offense stays out there. They are going for 2 here. Split wides. Oh, pass interference? No. Late hit? No. No flag. Looks like the Ravens will prevail here. Bengals out of timeouts. Tanner Hudson not happy about it as he was dragged down at the goal line. I think it was. Gesicki gets held by 2 Ravens on the other side. Yeah, there was no penalty on Gesicki, the guy he threw to, but on the other side, no doubt Gesicki got held. But it doesn't matter here. Zach Taylor decides to go for it. And tough loss here for the Bengals. Still going to drop to 4 and 6 here, unless they somehow get this onside kick here. Ravens are going to call timeout. All right. Back to the stats here. So Lamar Jackson throws it 33 times. Target shares distributed 8 to Bateman, who got 6 for 54, and that last touchdown that the Ravens scored. Mark Andrews second in targets with 7, getting 6 for 68 and the touchdown. Zay Flowers, 6 targets, just 4 for 34 on the night. Deontay Johnson, second game with the Ravens. Yeah, it's going to be tough. And Mark Andrews falls on the onside kick, and that should do it. 35-34, Ravens over the Bengals. Big win for Baltimore, and they improve to what are they? 7-2 now. Let me bring it up to make sure. Yes, they'll move to 7-3. They'll move to. It's right there. Bye is in week 14. The Bengals will drop to 4-6. So it's going to be tough for them to sneak into the playoffs. Playoff picture in the AFC right now, you're looking at technically the Steelers are ahead of the Ravens in their division. So the wild card teams are Baltimore, the Chargers, and Denver, who's at 5-4. So the Bengals will drop to 4-6, 2 losses behind the Broncos, who do have a tough schedule going forward. But in between them, you've got the Colts at 4-5. Jets are hanging in there at 3-6. And then there's a bunch of teams with only 2 wins in the AFC. 6 teams in the AFC with only 2 wins. So Cincinnati's not dead, but they do need some help. And they're going to have to string together some victories, hopefully with T. Higgins coming back next week. That will help the cause there for the Bengals. Next week, they've got the Chargers at the Chargers, so that'll be a huge game in regards to wild card implications. They then have their bye. Then it's Pittsburgh at Dallas, at Tennessee, home to the Browns, home to the Broncos, and then at Pittsburgh to finish things off for the Bengals. So definitely a lot of winnable games there for the Bengals. We'll see how they do down the stretch. They're probably going to need to at least get to 9, probably 10 wins to get into the playoffs. So that would mean that they're either going to have to go 5-2 or 6-1 the rest of the way. It's doable. The Bengals are a good team. They're one of the better teams, if not the best team, with a 4-6 record. I mean, nobody else has a 4-6 record right now, but if you look at the teams that are on the outside looking in to the playoffs, the Bengals have to be one of the better teams out there. But you got the Jets hanging around there too. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes down the stretch if the Jets or Bengals, especially those 2 teams, if they can catch the Broncos or Chargers to get into the playoffs in the AFC. All right. The Ravens, as I said, they're a game behind the Steelers in the loss column. They have the Steelers next week in Pittsburgh. Then they travel to see the Chargers in LA. Then they're home to the Eagles. And then week 14 is their bye. After their bye, they have at the Giants, home to the Steelers, at Houston, and then home to the Browns to finish things off. So some tough games there coming up for the Ravens. 2 games against Pittsburgh, so they'll have their shots at overtaking the Steelers in the AFC North. Anyway, that's all I've got for you tonight. I just wanted to give you a quick recap of the game and my thoughts fantasy-wise. I mean, it was all Jamar Chase tonight, but a little bit too short, and they couldn't come up with the 2-point conversion at the end. I'm glad we don't have to sit through overtime, and proud of the Bengals for going for it. Wish I would have, like I've said multiple times already, I wish my team would have done so on Monday when they were taking on the Chiefs. But that's all for tonight. Please check me out at buymeacoffee.com/Birdhouse Dynasty Show and patreon.com/Birdhouse Dynasty Show. Don't forget, never stop working.